What is going on today, guys? Your boy Winner 69420 or Ryan here, back at it again with another video. First time I did a video in a while. I've only streamed twice in like 6 months, so I can't imagine the last time I made a video. But right, short and sweet, right to the action. We are ranking every Call of Duty Zombies experience we've ever had, from World at War to Cold War Zombies, in preparation of the new zombie map Duran Fang coming to Vanguard in less than a month. So let's get right into it, guys. We're gonna rate them all. Honest opinion on every map, on every game. We even have a tally system. It's gonna be very brief. I'll run through it as we rank these games. But if you could leave a like on the live stream, that'd be great. But we're gonna jump right into this. The gameplay, just by the way, isn't the world's greatest. It's just, you know, can see you have a visual. The audio is what I'm focused on, and get my opinion, which I think is the correct opinion. But we're gonna jump right in. Number 9, the worst zombies experience, definitely has to be World War II zombies. Now, World War II zombies, where do I even begin? Okay. They went for this horror aspect, and it was there, but it was hit and miss, and the map, well, not all of them, had this very, like, the tints, the colors, they weren't exceptionally great. And I just feel like this is easily, hands down, the worst zombies experience we've ever gotten. I gave the Final Reich a 7, the Darkest Shore a 2, the Shadowed Throne a 6, the Tortured Path a 2, and the Frozen Dawn a 6. And when you add all those together and divide them by how many maps there are, so add them all together, there are 5 zombie maps, you get a total of 4.6. 4.6 out of 10. But 4.6 out of 10, that's less than 5. I don't feel like I really have to explain myself too well. Just look at this gameplay. This is the Darkest Shore, the first DLC map. Perhaps the worst zombies map ever, in my personal opinion. Map is extremely foggy, very bland. The theme of the map really isn't much. It's a beach by a cave in some tropical place. There's like the corridors, the lanes of this map are very slim. Easy to get trapped on. And I know this is just one map, and you're probably thinking, you know, you're being hard on it because you hate this map. No. I believe the Final Reich was a good opener. It just was lacking a little bit. The Tesla Wonder Weapon on that map was phenomenal. The Shadow Throne with the melee weapons and the Easter egg to open the door was great. The Frozen Dawn was, map layout wasn't all the world's greatest, but I liked the Wonder Weapons and the Easter egg to it. It was alright. The Tortured Path and Shadow Throne, but Tortured Path and Darkest Shore easily are what makes this game bad. Like I said, I've already listed the reasons for Darkest Shore, but we only have a few seconds left before we move on to the next one. And just to know, the Tortured Path isn't your traditional standard round-based zombies map. It was broken up into 3 maps, and there was like objectives. It was the third DLC. Half of the Sledgehammer's team at that point already quitting. So, do I need to say more? World War II zombies gets dead last on today's list, coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is World at War zombies. Now, I know that this is a controversial pick. I don't know if I explained this earlier. First, let me start by that. I don't have a way to capture gameplay on my PS3, so World at War, Black Ops 1, and Black Ops 2 gameplays will be shown on the PS4 on Zombie Chronicles on Black Ops 3. So don't get it confused. This is Shinonuma on World at War. A World at War map, but on Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicles. But coming in 8th place, second to dead last, is World at War. And I know what you're all gonna say. It's where it started. That's the ground got built up from here. How could you rate it so poorly? I personally think, you know, I started in BO1 on Kino. I played these maps on when the Moon DLC and at the end of BO1 came with the 4 World at War maps remastered, and I think them thoroughly. They're good and all, but if I'm being completely honest, the fact that there's no Easter eggs, and I know that Easter eggs weren't a thing then, the maps just had very little to do, and I can't base that nostalgia to make it any higher than number 8 today. And I put Nocturne Toten at a 4, very first zombies map, 4 out of 10. Very controversial. There isn't much going there. I put Verrucht at 5, just a little better because there's perks. I put Shinonuma at 5 as well, as Verrucht, because I feel like, like they're pretty similar. I know the one has the Wunderwaffel, and that's cool. And then I put Derice at 7. And when you add all of those together, and since there's only 4 maps, divide those numbers, 4, 5, 5, and 7, you get a total of 5.25 out of 10. So 5.25 out of 10 is what I scored World at War Zombies, coming in at 8th place. I think we're going to move on. So coming in at number 7, we have Exo Zombies. And I know this is controversial. I just put Exo Zombies above World at War Zombies. How could you? I think there was more to it. There's Easter eggs. There was the Oz boss fight. There's cutscenes. I think we gotta appreciate what came with this. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. Usually when people rate like the worst zombies experience, they have Exo Zombies at dead last or World War II Zombies at dead last. So when I put World War II Zombies at number 9, I don't think anyone was shocked. But I'm pretty sure people are going to be a little frustrated that Exo Zombies made it above World at War Zombies. But hear me out. The gameplay was different. It was innovative. You could Exo jump. Not a lot of people liked it. I personally thought it was new and exciting. Now in terms of ranking, I rated Exo Zombies a 4, same as Nocturne Toten, very basic map. I rated Infection 5, same as Verrucht. Now this is where I got it. Instead of I gave Shinonuma a 5, I gave Carrier a 7, the third DLC. The boat map, I enjoyed that map, had a pleasant Easter egg. The Wonder Rip and the LZ Limbo was phenomenal. You shot the laser out of the gun and then it like got lower and lower, like when you limbo, the game where you stick and and it kills zombies. And then Descent out at 7. So overall, Outbreak 4, Infection 5, Carrier 7, Descent 7. When you add 7 plus 7 plus 5 plus 4, I don't remember what the total was, but when you divide it by 4, because that's how many zombies maps there were in this game, you get a total of 5.75 out of 10. I'll repeat myself one more time. 5.75. So almost a 6. It's still an F if you're looking at it in terms of grades. That'd be 57%. But as you've seen, we went from 4.6 with World War II to 5.25 with World at War to 5.75 with Exo Zombies. So we're getting better naturally with the scoring for each map per the total when you do some math and divide it out. What can I say? Exo Zombies was fun. A lot of people hated it unnecessarily. By far not perfect and not my favorite. I actually just repurchased this so I could, because it was the only zombies experience I haven't played in a few years, and I've been doing the Easter eggs, and I've been actually having a decent time. So your Exo Zombies, it comes in at number 7, guys. Like I said, no controversial, but you gotta live with it. This is my list. I think it's accurate. I think I have the intel that's needed, but at the end of the day, it's my opinion. Coming in at number 6 is Black Ops 4 Zombies. Okay? Black Ops 4. Better than World War II. Better than World at War. Better than Exo. Number 6 is all it's going to get. The reason why I decided to put it here at number 6 is because coming off BO3, you thought that, man, this Zombies can't get any better. And that'd be true. It got worse. They removed Jug. I get you don't need it in this game. You get a bunch of health off the beginning. I get there's no double tap. It's in Pack Punch. You have to Pack Punch your guns multiple times to get double tap, kind of. And there's all these weird perks that are unnecessarily useless. And the maps are good. Don't get me wrong. I have Blood of the Dead at 8. I have 9 at 9. Voyage of Despair at 3. I didn't like Voyage. Dead of the Night at 2. Absolutely hate that, man. Classified at 6. Ancient Evil at 7. Tag Durin Toten at 5. Alpha Omega at 6. Now here's my reasoning. When you add all those together, and since there's it looks like 8 zombies maps, you add it all together divided by 8, you get BO4 Zombies finishes with a 5.75. So actually the same as Exo Zombies. They got the same overall. Exo Zombies received a 5.75 and so did Black Ops 4, but I decided to put Black Ops 4 ahead of it because I do feel like it's better. Better quality Easter eggs, better quality maps. BO4 was just shunned. You'd think coming off Zombie Chronicles, the highest selling Call of Duty DLC of all time, you'd think Zombies would get the time and the money and the team, and Activision cut it, and the cutscenes went from masterful CGI movies in BO3 to animated, cartoony comic book strips for BO4's cutscene, and it was very anticlimactic. We thought we were getting the Great War. It never happened. I get they went with their direction, and I get Victus crew, the transit crew, they've never been brought to CGI. They were extremely in the comic book, so I could get why they went with that art style, but BO4 stuck at 6. I don't know what to tell you. Coming in at number 5. So we're like right here in the middle. There's 9, so it's an odd number. So 5 and 4 are considered the middle. Black Ops Cold War, the newest Call of Duty. I'm playing some Forsaken gameplay with the Grav or the Galil. What can I say about Cold War? Cold War, if I could say it best in one word, is mediocre. Don't get me wrong, I was excited weeks ahead of content drop, weeks looking at conspiracy videos, where are we going next. I watched, you know, when I watched the road maps. Black Ops Cold War caught my interest, but at the end of the day, the best word I can describe for it is mediocre. Nothing really blew me away. I think gameplay wise, the systems in this game are phenomenal and deserve 10 out of 10 for that reason. But when you're looking at the game as a whole, the Easter eggs were on the easier side. The cutscenes were botched, just like BO4, even maybe worse so. But the HUD is better than BO4. The gameplay is better than BO4. I think the reason why Cold War stuck here at number 5 is because the maps lack identity. They don't really feel like zombies maps. To be fair, most of it's torn from the campaign, but you know, they can take the campaign and, you know, spice up, add this element, add this element. I mean, this is literally the campaign mission with a portal in it. I mean, they really did nothing to change Forsaken, if I'm being honest, other than the observation tower and the bunker area. But if I'm being completely honest with me, nothing blew me away in this game. I have Die Machine at 6, pretty mediocre. Firebase Z at 6, mediocre. Mauer der Toten at 7, and Forsaken at 7. And when you add those together, and since there's only 4 maps, yeah, I said it, 4 maps. You know, it's been a long time since we've had 4 maps. I mean, we didn't get a lot of maps in here. That makes me mad. So maybe that's why it's at number 5. When you add up Die Machine 6, Firebase C 6, Mauer der Toten 7, and Forsaken 7, you get a total average of 6.5 out of 10. So, D, 65% out of 100, 6.5 out of 10. Like I said, I'm not trying to be too hard on Cold War. It's brand new. Maybe it can grow on me, but I've played enough. I'm a prestige master in this game. I don't think my opinion will change, but you know, you never know. But I just feel like we should have got more maps, and the map should have had more identity. You know, they didn't feel like zombies. That's the only thing that's missing. I think this could have been number 4 if this game would have just been executed properly. The pandemic put a lot of restrictions on them because they were working during a pandemic and trying to do their best, you know, navigating from home. They were working on this game from home, so I'll cut them some slack, but I can't rate Black Ops Cold War any higher than 5. Coming at number 4, I love talking about number 4, Infinite Warfare Zombies. I can't praise this game enough. Easily the greatest Treyarch, non-Treyarch zombies game. The Fate and Fortune cards were a nice addition. They weren't too overpowered like the Gobblegums, and I don't have a problem with Gobblegums, but the Fate and Fortune cards were nice. The Easter eggs had the boss fights, and they were phenomenal. The super Easter egg, where you fight Mephistophelies, the devil, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, was phenomenal. Each map has its own identity. I think that's why it's ahead of Cold War. Each map has a theme, whether it's an 80s space park or a 70s New York Kung Fu Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-esque vibe, or a 90s you know, rave, like glow-in-the-dark party in the woods. These maps have a time period, they have characters, they have a theme, and I like it. It makes you want to get invested. The map feels like a zombie map. It has story, it has details to it. The special guest characters you can play as: Elvira, Kevin Smith, Pam Grier, David Hasselhoff, and of course Willard Wyler, if you're fortunate enough to beat Lucifer and go in and play Spaceland's Easter egg for a 3rd time. I can't praise this game enough. I think I said that already, but I'm going to say it again. Phenomenal game. I I love Infinite Warfare. I play this game from time to time. It's still on my console. Will never delete it. I have Director's Cut. I have Willard Weiler. I'm in an Infinite Warfare group chat on Facebook. I look for people who need help with Easter eggs. I hop on and help them do them. That's how much I care about this game, despite this game being, what, 4 or 5 years old. Still have love for this game. Will always have love for this game. Infinite Warfare is one of those games where people highly regard it, or they are like, oh, they write it off like it's World War II zombies. This deserves to be number 4. And I just can't put it any higher because the next 3 are so good. But 4 is good. 4 out of 9. And I think, as much as I want to be optimistic about Vanguard Zombies coming out next month, I don't think Vanguard Zombies will breach the top 4. I think Infinite Warfare come next year will still have a comfortable spot at number 4, coming from an honest zombie standpoint. This game was just so much fun to play solo, play with your friends, the Easter eggs, the boss fights. Love Infinite Warfare, guys, and I know this is controversial. Some agree, some will disagree. It's whatever. Infinite Warfare Zombies deserves 4. I can't stress it enough. So with that out of the way, we're left with 3 games, and this is a controversial pick as well. Coming at number 3, guys, is Black Ops 2 Zombies. Black Ops 2 Zombies. I said at number 3. Now, this is very confusing for most, because my favorite 2 zombie maps of all time are Origins and Mob of the Dead. My 2 favorite. And you're thinking, how are your 2 favorite zombies maps on BO2, and BO2 only lands at number 3? Like, how is it not number 1? How is it at least 2? How did you manage to get your 2 favorite zombie maps on one game and it's fall at number 3 spot? Here's why. Listen, hear me out. This is how I rated everything today for BO2. So, let me pull it up. BO2 Zombies. I rated Transit a 4. I don't think that's going to shock anybody. A lot was broken with it. It was before its time. The console limitations, time restrictions. Could have been something big. I'm putting it at a 4 out of 10. Die Rise, I'm putting it at a 4 out of 10 too. I like it a little more, but at the end of the day, both of them have really bad like transitioning from location to location, whether it's running through the fog or jumping around building to building. Die Rise had the Slickifire, which is better than the jet gun, so I feel like it deserves a 5, but I'm going to keep it at a 4. And then I have Mob of the Dead at 10, of course, favorite zombies map of all time. We have Buried at an 8, good zombies map. Origins at a 10, my second favorite zombies map. And when you add Transit's 4, Die Rise is 4, Mob of the Dead's 10, Buried's 8, Origins 10, you get a mean average of 7.2. 7.2 out of 10. So that's 72%. We're looking at a C minus, almost a C. Getting better, as you can tell. BO2 Zombies, I have a lot of memories, a lot of time played, jumping out of school, jumping on, playing with the homies, with my friends I had made on here. I played every day with, and if it wasn't them, it was one of my friends, and we go looking for randoms and pubs match, and we help people do the Origins Easter eggs. So, like I said, I know it's very controversial. I've said that word like 100 times in this video at this point, but I'm going to use it again. Controversial. Very controversial. People are going to be like, you know, it should be higher. Most people even put this at number 1. I'm putting it at number 3. Like I said, Die Rise and Transit prevented this game from being the number 1 zombies game. Just hands down. If we had a better start to the game, because you got to figure, Transit was launch and Die Rise was DLC 1. The game started off very slow. As time progressed, it got better, but for a while it looked really bad, and I think I have to take that into consideration when I'm judging each and every Call of Duty Zombies experience. So yes, Black Ops 2 falls in at your number 3 spot. Okay, I love talking about this next one too as well. Coming at number 2, guys, is Black Ops Zombies. Black Ops Zombies, Black Ops 1 Zombies. Now, you're thinking, here we are in Kino, by the way, on BO3, because I can't get gameplay of it. I said that before, but here we go in. BO1 Zombies. Revolution it all. Easter eggs, stand 'em up, Deadshot Daiquiri, game-changing things. I know Kino was my first zombie map I played, so I have a soft spot for it, but I told you I wouldn't take nostalgia into consideration. This is what I'm considering here. Ascension had the monkeys. George Romero followed you around in Call of the Dead, which was never done before. You spawn in, he's there. Shangri-La had two types of enemies, the Inferno and the Shrieker, and then Moon, we don't care about the astronaut, but Moon alone, the Easter egg, the cliffhanger, the story that was presented in BO1 is top tier. Everything really evolved in this game, in terms of gameplay, in terms of story, in terms of like just the overall, like everything took it up a notch. Like I said, innovation at its finest. BO1 was a masterpiece. It's the perfect difficulty, long round 30s, and 5 hours to get to 40, and you get 2 swipe without jug. I mean, the difficulty was right where I wanted it. Very difficult, very time consuming if you're going to go for 100. We're talking, you can get to Revelations around 100 with the Apothecary Servant and the Thunder Gun in like an hour and a half. Around 100 on BO1 takes you a day. 17, 18, 19 hours, maybe even more. I love the difficulty. I love what they did with this game. I have a lot of memories of my childhood at 12 years old, coming home and playing this with my stepdad by myself. Whatever the case was, BO1 is deserving a number 2, and I know having BO1 over BO2 is gonna upset a couple people, but this is my list again, like I said, and BO1 is your number 2 spot today. Now, coming in at number 1, this shouldn't shock anybody at all. Black Ops 3 Zombies. If you're an OG of this channel and my old channel, you would know that Black Ops 3 was my baby. In terms of MP, multiplayer, zombies, it was all me. I love this game. But we're not going to dive too deep into the game itself because this isn't exclusively a zombies video. BO3 multiplayer was off the chain. I loved it. We're not talking about that. We're talking about BO3 Zombies. Need I say more? It had, cutscenes were first introduced in Der Eisen. Or not Der Eisen, Origins. My apologies. And Der Eisen had the first ever boss fight, other than the Oz Exo boss fight. That was kind of whack. But boss fights really took a step here, and cutscenes went from the ending of Origins with the kids playing. Now we got to explore premise. We got to see what that's all about. Got that cliffhanger answered. The cutscene quality and the amount of cutscenes. We got one every zombie map. The crew we played as, we grew close to. We seen them bond as a team instead of hating each other like their past selves. And when they had to kill each other and kill themselves in the cutscenes, we felt emotional. We grown to love these characters. BO3 is just perfect. From the gobblegums it made it easy, and there's that, and I was just talking about how difficult BO1 is and how I loved it. BO3, you got to choose how you wanted to play. Did you want to play it difficult? Did you want to play it hard? Do you want to use gobble? Do you not want to use gobble? BO3 is just the hands down the best zombies experience we've had, and I think we're ever going to have. And I forgot to rank BO1 zombie map, so I'm going to do that real quickly. I know it's off topic, but I gave BO1, I gave Kino an 8, 5 a 5, Ascension an 8, Call of the Dead a 7, Shangri-La a 7, and Moon a 9. And when you add all that up and you get the mean and divide it out, BO1 finished with a 7.33. which BO2 finished with a 7.2, so just slightly above it. Now, in terms of BO3 zombies, we have Shadows of Evil at 9, Giant at 8, Der Eisen at 10, Zetsubo no Shima at 7, Grad Krovi at 9, Revelations at 7. When you add all that up and divide it out, you get 8.3. 8.3. 83%. 8.3 out of 10. That's the best we're ever going to get. The bag of maps we got for BO3 was phenomenal. Bunch of good ones. The worst ones, in my opinion, were Zetso and Rev at 7, if that doesn't tell you anything. But I think BO3 will go down as the greatest Call of Duty Zombies experience we'll ever get. And this comment will probably hold up for another 10 years, because I don't think Treyarch has it in him to make a better Call of Duty game, for zombies at least, than BO3. But I thank you guys for enjoying the video. Drop a like. As always, it's been your boy, Noob Hunter 69420, or Ryan. Can't wait to play some Vanguard.